this is the moment now. Okay,
Hmm.
they go
Hmm.
to 9 men down.
Hmm.
Obviously, I mean, with 10 men, I personally believed in my heart that second half, these people, this bunch, is coming out all guns blazing, and Spurs
Hmm.
are going to win it. Now,
Hmm.
I want
They
to
had a
come to now for the second red card of the game, which was Udogi.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, you have praised Udogi a lot. I can pull out, our
obviously.
podcast and show you.
Go ahead, go
Praise
ahead.
Yeah, Udogi a lot. Who in the right mind has a no? If you really observe that moment, right? As soon as
Hmm.
Udogi does that tackle and he receives the card, he's like, "Oh shit!" His reaction was, "Oh भाई, मैं येलो पे था." मतलब
हाँ.
it clearly showed कि वो भूल गया था भाई.
It was a total head loss.
It was totally मतलब it was a moment of मतलब वो होता है ना
It
brain
was
freeze
also
Realization.
moment,
clever
brain
play by
freeze.
Sterling. Very experienced,
Yeah.
clever play by Sterling as well.
Yeah.
He
Agree.
waited for him to commit, and then he, at the last moment, he
Bhai,
That was
Sterling
flipped the
stupid,
was
coin.
very
man. That
open
was
actually. Yeah.
stupid. Yeah.
Very
Okay,
chalak
Yeah.
tha.
okay. Let's get on to that slowly.
Hmm.
So okay, second red card. Okay, I guess there is no more debate here. Second red card is a clear second yellow. Amit also agrees. We are all good with that. Now down to 9 men.
Hey,
Now I mean
9-11.
more questions of Spurs, right? More questions of Spurs that अब क्या करेगा? अब तो 10 men थे, अब भी जीतने वाले थे, अब 9 men होगा, अब क्या करेगा एंज भाई? और ऊपर से तेरे सेंटर बैक नहीं है, डाउन टू द बेयर बोन्स. Okay, down to the bare bones. I guess Spurs at home, ready to answer all the fucking questions put forward to them, and Ange comes up with what? Amit, can you fill the sentences
Highline.
for me, please?
Highline defense.
हाईलाइन. ये माँ की आंख, हम हाईलाइन खेलेंगे, हम कुछ तो करेंगे.
भाई देखो.
एंड मुझे अभी seriously, personally, I want to put it here why I opened this particular match with the thing that this is the most crazy match that I've seen in my entire life. Because how can a team and a manager put out and tell his team to play a high line and as aggressive and risky, right? To a team that is down to 9 men, and actually want that particular team to press and go for you know a winner. I've never seen like that in my life. Have you guys seen? I mean, we have seen the greatest teams, right? United, we have seen City. If they are down to 10 men, they will take a pragmatic approach. What do you guys think? What was the plan? What was the idea? What was going on in the? Please explain, because I can't make sense of it.
I would like to go first, right? I would like to go first
Yeah,
because
please.
I genuinely think Ange might be a proper football purist, for which I can respect. But if you're going for the big ones, right, you need to turn pragmatic. You need to turn pragmatic because at those points of times, the points on the board matter. A bad day at the office, it's all right, right?
Yes.
I can also see why Spurs fan will be like, no, हम बहुत खुश हैं. They have literally seen hell under Conte and Mourinho, right? It's like you're caged and you're
Exactly.
forced to watch those matches where it's absolute shit. So it's a breath of fresh air for them. That said and done, 2 days ago, Pochettino said this verbatim. At the moment, I have seen so far that we struggle when the opponent goes deep with the low block. Too many bodies in the box. And for us, it's difficult to break down this type of formation and blocks. Right? Pochettino खुद बोल दिया है कि ब्रो देर से ये हैंडल नहीं होता है हमारी टीम से नहीं होता.
मैं ये बोलने ही वाला था, but you stole the show. Now what we are doing here right now, guys, is that things are going to get really difficult for Amit now. I hope he has his seatbelt on, because I as a neutral, call it a Chelsea fan or whatever, I want to hear your answers here, because uh, uh, because we just fail to make sense. How can a manager not be happy with 1 point from a game where he's down to 9 men? Okay, and also you do not have a bench strength of City as well. You have a shitty bench strength where half of them were planned to be offloaded in the summer, which you were unable to. Hoiberg was also about to move. Dyer was also, he was third or fourth choice center back, right? You have mentioned. So with
Now he's
those,
third.
now he's third. Obviously, he's got promoted or whatever. But after all that, how do you make sense of this particular tactic?
That's who we are, mate.
That
But
So
see,
Australian shit.
I have figured out
now-
this. Ange has rubbed on to them, right? He's into the brains. But let's just look at this logically, right? He's
Yeah.
already put out there. Let's just look at this logically. You trying to go for a win is not wrong at all. I mean, whatever you're doing is nothing wrong at all, because that's subjective. But I mean, there was an image, right, where half your team, no, entirety of your team was at half line.
Correct.
There's this image that's going on, right? And half your team, matlab kya? 8 log.
Aठ
Kyunki
लोग.
Six people
ek to
actually.
keeper-
Vicario
Six
was
people,
sweeping. Vicario.
bhai,
Matlab,
we
I
were
will come to
playing
that Vicario
what?
performance, but let's
7-1-0.
stay on this point. Let's
No,
stay
but
on
what-
this
what-
point.
no, what I'm saying, 8
So-
men are on the halfway line,
ठीक है.
right?
I
There's this
will-
image of them. 8 men on
Understood.
the
Understood.
halfway line.
Yeah. No, that's
And-
what I'm saying. Vicario
Yeah.
was sweeping. Vicario was literally sweeping when Chelsea had the ball lot of the times,
Yeah.
and he put a brave shit in, man. I have to
Yeah,
agree,
yeah,
but we will
I
come to
agree.
that because I want to dedicate that piece for
Yeah.
Vicario. But I want to ask Amit this. I want to cover his thought. I know you just quoted Ange. It's who we are, meant. If we go down to
I
5 men, we are going to play.
continue,
But
yeah.
yeah.
No,
please.
there's
So
also one
basically-
more point I would like to say before that, please. Also, I also had another question just to add to this. You know that Chelsea have really fast attackers, right? You do know, like Mudryk was there,
Yeah.
even when Palma was there, Jackson was there, Sterling was there. These are players with pace,
Yeah.
right? Players with just take that into context, and then you play such a high line with 2 men down. As a Spurs fan, at any point of time, did you feel ye ho kya raha hai?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the perfect
देखो,
question actually.
see-
Yeah, go ahead.
Correct. देखो, what I have seen, I have seen a lot of managers. I know the standard approach of going with a 9-man would be you park the bus, you drop down, you cover the spaces, and you make sure that the team is not able to get any joy out of it. Right. What we are also see, what we are doing is, this is also first time we are seeing this, right? Now, if you see, when Ange came to Spurs, right, there was only one, whenever he was asked what, okay, do you have a plan B, do you have something else to give, he has just one answer, that this is what we will play, this is the DNA I will install, this is the ideology I will go with, and he is standing by it. Okay. He is standing to the core, whatever he said, because if he does not believe in his own ideology, and he believes it, right, he can win that match with 9 men against that 11 men, he has that belief. Okay, he can do that.
not
Right.
entirely convinced, but yeah, I
I
understand
have
the
not
ideology.
completed yet. I'm just saying that he is convinced. Hence, if your manager is convinced, you have to be on board to it, right? The team has to abide by it.
Of
I am
course, yeah.
convinced we can pull it off. They will do what is told to them. Now, coming to the tactics part of it, if you do park a bus, what will happen is, I have read a lot of stats as well for it, that you will get a lot of crosses, lot of set pieces. You have to defend with less bodies in place, and good chances that you will concede on one or two of the set pieces. And this has happened to everybody. Once you go to 9 men, all the adversities are against you. Even if you park the bus, there is no guarantee that you will get a win out of it. Ask Liverpool, right? Because you can be as comfortable as you can be on 9 players, but there can be one moment which can spoil everything for you. That is what happens when you sit back, right? One cross will come and one header will go up.
Sorry.
The game is closed on it. Now, what he is trying to do is, you play a high line. Once you play a high line, you first of all, you break a offside trap, right? The offside trap only probably till the goal, 75th minute, Mark Cucurella was able to breach that. Only one chance that has happened where they were able to breach that offside trap. After that one goal you can see. What other tactic is that you are cutting the passing lines. There is not a proper pass that can go. It has to be a lobbed pass. They are doing a lob pass, which is giving our defenders time to come back because ball is in the air. Right, the person has to adjust and get to the ball, then control the ball. Till then, the defenders will come back. Everybody is running back and forth. Now, so this is one tactic, that you are forcing them to put a lob ball, which gives you enough time. And if the lob ball is not good enough, Vicario will sweep it off if it is too long or whatever. So that is also a valid tactic. Just because we have not seen such thing in past a lot of time does not mean it's not a valid tactic to go forward with. But you can say it's a naive way of doing things, or if Son would have converted that shot at 90 plus 4 minutes and we would have ended 2-2, you would have said that this guy is a genius. Right,
No,
he has just reached nine man wala
Okay.
system completely.
Okay, so I just wanted to ask, the why we asked this more to you is that we believed from what we saw from Spurs is that you could have beaten Chelsea with 9 men by actually staying composed and by staying composed and actually playing a low block. You know why? Because for the same reason what Abe mentioned, they are very bad at unlocking defenses. And if you would have stayed composed, I believe, no, if I deduce my question here, my question is that, is Ange a tactical manager, or he's just a manager who wants to play football a certain way? That would be probably the right question to you. Do you think Ange
Okay.
is a tactical manager? Because why I ask, you can also answer one more thing along with this. Agar he has said it's who we are, mate, then do you think he does the same thing in a UCL final, or where there is a real chance to win a trophy for you? Do you think he does the same thing and loses the game?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you can answer. Yeah.
what his belief is what I understand. His belief is one, that this is the way, certain way I play football with. This is a way I have seen success everywhere. The day I stop seeing success with this way of football, I can switch it. But जब तक मुझे दिख रहा है, if this is the certain way, it can win you titles, it can win you leagues, then why to change? There's no point of changing the game if you are winning it.
But you didn't win, right? You conceded
We
3
did.
goals.
That
We
is
did not win the match. So
Oh
that's what,
my
that is a
God.
change
different.
your tactics on one match. If you
No,
keep changing your tactics every match, you will be a manager sacked every 6 months. ठीक है?
मेरे को
Because you have
whenever
to have your ideology certainly, and you have
That's so
to.
naive, man. That's
no
so
no no
naive.
no
That
but
is so nice.
no,
I actually
whenever a
think
manager comes to Spurs,
I have
there is
so much to.
also this.
I'm just silent, by the way, because I just want you all to let it go,
yeah
because I have not said my
one
piece at all.
I
So just
actually
go
think
ahead.
मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि he actually did not consider Chelsea that big a threat, as in they're not in somewhere near the table or something, so he's like might as well
That's
go.
bad.
Nah,
That's
bro.
bad.
I don't
Not
agree
in
with that.
that way.
No.
I don't
No.
agree with that.
So
What
no,
Ange has. Manish, go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay.
Manish, please go ahead. Yeah.
whenever there is like, especially with Spurs, whenever a manager comes in, he has a pressure not of winning matches, but also changing the mentality of Spurs. Like we have seen, Antonio Conte has come in and then he has blasted his way away from Spurs. He blasted the mentality of players, like the players are not here to win, they don't have it in them, and so on. So now this guy comes from Australia, and you know the Australian way of playing any sport. They don't give up easily, and then when there is a pressure situation, they think like, okay, if I am going to die, okay, I'll hit some shots and die. Okay, that is a concept there. But you have to understand Spurs. Like Spurs have been many a time on the receiving end. There have been matches where Spurs have been leading 3-0 at halftime, and then they went on to lose it 5-3. There have been matches where they have been leading 3-0 and have a one-man advantage. This happens precisely against Man City. Like Joey Barton got sent off at the 45 minutes when
Yeah.
after the halftime whistle was blown, he was sent off after that. So at the beginning of second half, City are down to 10 men. Spurs are at 3 goals ahead with 11 men. And guess what happened? City won 4-3. So these are the things that have happened at Spurs. So a manager has to have that mentality shift as well. So I think Ange thought, okay, this is the moment. Okay, why not hit the hammer now? we are anyway. I suppose he thought Chelsea would somehow create some chances which will, give them a clear cut chance and they might score another goal. So he thought, okay, let's go full strength, let's see what happens. And credit to him, like Chelsea would have won it 2-1, not 4-1 as the scoreline says, because last two goals were scored after the 90 minutes, and I don't know what they were doing even after the 90th minute. Maybe they thought, okay, it's 2-1, let's make it 2-2. So this might have been an approach from
At the
Ange
last
when
5 minutes, they ran out of
Look,
legs. The
I'll tell you,
defenders ran out of legs.
I'll
No,
just tell
now
you two different things here. Jogikar, you can continue, maybe add on to
No,
this.
had they drawn this match or even won this match, then this would have been a big mentality shift in the players, and he would go and tell the players, "See, this is
why?
what I
Why
meant."
are we talking like this, man? Why are we
No,
talking like this? This is
that
so
is a mentality issue at
नहीं
Spurs,
चलो
which has
oh
been
बोलने
my
दो
highlighted by
God.
जोगेकर को
previous
बोलने
managers
दो
as well.
जोगेकर
You
बोल
guys
बोल
हाँ,
are
बोल
Jogekar, go
ये
ahead.
सब
I'm
Go ahead.
bro.
बोल
I'm literally feeling hurt by just oh my God, what is this?
मेरे आंख भी
Uh,
हाँ
we,
निकल
बोलो
we,
जाएंगे
बोलो
ऐसा लग रहा है.
we
क्या
lost
बोलना
this match,
बोलो
right? After when you went down 9 men. See, I'm going to be a little bit harsh, okay? So don't take it in the wrong way, or maybe I mean
No,
I don't know.
no, you have
Okay.
to be harsh.
See,
बोल
are you happy with losing? What is this?
Yeah.
Is it
भाई
what Spurs? It is what the Spurs culture is like. It doesn't matter. You can play like really, like you can see like you can see that my team is fighting, but it's fine if they lose. At the point when they went 9 people down, and then when they were playing when they were playing the highlight, okay, I thought at the start, okay, they're going to do something else, but no, they started and they just kept with it. After 5 minutes, I was watching the match to see how bad Spurs loses. And that's what because see, even if you're a naive person who doesn't understand too much about football, you can see that they're going to get battered. It's
Yeah,
simple. Like Chelsea was
obviously.
toying with them, man. That last line, Chelsea was pinging ball like this. They were getting
Correct.
offside because Chelsea is stupid. Like Chelsea's decision making was bad. Chelsea's chance creation was bad. You give that chance. You play like that against Liverpool, Man City, and they'll batter you in under 70 minutes. And no matter how good Vicario plays, he cannot save that
He
many
cannot
shots.
save.
They
It
were
is
they were
it is
conceding
harsh
chances
on
left and
Vicario.
right. It
He
was
वही
could
it
have
was
that's
gotten
suicide.
injured. He
भाई
could have
so
gotten
if
injured.
you
Dude,
believe that every
it was
match it will be
suicide,
a
man.
9 man, it is not the case. No, every match would
No,
not be a
no.
9 man match. You will
No,
have
you're
to
not see, I'm not saying that
हाँ,
every team would be 9 match. I'm saying that you're playing against Chelsea. It's not a bad team. They have runners. They have finishers. I mean, they don't have finisher exactly, but they have runners. They'll make chances. You understand what your team is. Like when I saw Spurs yesterday, and when they did not change anything, I realized one thing. And I feel like I realized a lot of managers might have realized this. Spurs is a one-dimensional team this year. Okay, they only know one way of playing. You break that, they lose. You break that, they lose. There is nothing else. You put them, I mean, obviously 9 minutes very harsh, but if you're going to play like that, when you're 9 men, you're going to concede. Then you considered so many chances, and adapted nothing. It's a zero adaptation. You're going to run down your men, and you're going to injure even more people playing like that because everybody is running.
Yes.
I understand that you're trying to score, okay? I understand the mentality that you're trying to score. But at that particular point, the way you were trying to score, right? Even if you scored one, Chelsea would have scored two more. You were not going to win that match. So, and at any point, I did not feel like that Ange was playing to win the match. Now, Ange was just giving it a show. If you're giving it a show, and if you're fine with losing the match, I'm okay with that.
I also
But
feel he
that's not
didn't
how it
भाई
goes.
I also feel he didn't respect the derby. It's a London derby.
That was
And you
such a
need to
bad
respect that
tactic, man.
fact that it's a London derby. And let me tell you one thing honestly. The whole stadium, by the way, praised Spurs. After that 4-1 defeat, all
Hmm.
the news was on Spurs. We have talked
Obviously,
all the
yeah.
harsh things. Hold on.
Hmm.
We've talked all the harsh things in the world, right? But I just want to turn a leaf and speak of the kind of bravery and valor that they showed in this game.
That's the
Okay.
problem.
Yeah. No,
भाई
no, no. Hold on. Like you just try to accommodate a thought. Just try to
I'm
think.
accommodating, yeah.
Yeah, just try
Hmm.
to accommodate a thought. Throughout this season, I have seen Spurs closing out games, right? Cou- I'm just asking you, couldn't they have closed out this game as well? Because they were down to 9 men, right? I am also taking a point from what Manish said. When a manager comes in, right? I also agree with him that he wants to instill a culture कि भाई तुम 9 क्या 7 भी हो गए ना तुम्हारा हमारा एटीट्यूड ऐसा ही रहने वाला है. So let's not mince his words from what he said that if we are down to 5 men, we are going to play the same way. When he says we are going to play the same way, obviously he doesn't mean we are going to play the high line and attack. Yeah, I understand that against Chelsea you saw a high line and they conceded, right? And you everything will be against them. But just for a moment, just think that do you think Spurs, in some way, these players came out as winners? And do you think that they deserve certain level of credit for what they did? And this question is for Abhay and everyone else. You can come to Amit later, but this question is for others. Do you think Spurs had any positive, and do you think the kind of the kind of limelight that they got even after getting 4-1 battered, the kind of appreciation they got from their own crowd at home after losing 4-1 in a derby game, do you think all that is warranted or all that is bullshit? Just go ahead.
Tell me, okay, you know why I'm so this pissed?
Yeah.
If Spurs was a team that was trying to go for like top five, top four, it would have been different thing. I would have been like, oh, nice, fantastic. But since the start, we have been taking Spurs like a team which is going for the title. Okay, that's how we're discussing about them. We're not talking about Spurs. There's a new team that is coming, just trying to get to top four somehow. That's not what the Spurs is trying to be. If that's what you wanted, the Spurs, where you wanted to put Spurs at, I would have been fine. Okay, I wouldn't have even said anything. I would have been lauding their bravery and all because it looks really good on the field. And to credit to the players, by the way, they played fantastic. They played the way that their manager asked them to play. I'm not faulting the players.
No, I'm
The
just
players gave their
asking you a very intricate thing. Why would their fans appreciate them?
because it looks good on the field. The player gave see even when you
Do
lose,
you
right?
think
When you
Liverpool
give
fans will appreciate you if you
Liverpool
play like that against
when we
with
lose
9
when
men?
we see even when we win and we play bad, the fans tell you that you played bad. Even we are happy that you won, but you played bad. And even when you lose, but you lose valiantly, fans always appreciate it. That's what fans like, that you fought for it. Okay, so Spurs fought for it for all the time. Okay, even when they were playing with their high line, they were fighting for it and they were trying to get the win. I'm not faulting them that, and you can give credit to them obviously for that. And but are you going to tell me that they deserve something out of it with the way they played? I never saw them winning it.
No,
Honestly,
no, no.
I
I
never
am
at
saying,
any point
look,
I never saw it.
I
Yeah.
also feel Ange didn't respect the derby enough, or he didn't
Mm,
consider the match enough to be employing that tactic.
mm,
Maybe there is
mm,
a different thought because
mm,
look, first let's all establish the fact that there is no sense to this madness. Okay, we are just
mm,
trying to make sense. We are just trying to,
mm,
मतलब दूसरा चैप्टर पे जाके कुछ और टॉपिक पे हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं कि what
mm,
maybe Ange is trying to do. Maybe it's a little
mm,
descriptive topic, of course, for obvious reasons, but we just want to understand what's going on in that man's head. Because why are we discussing it so much? Because it has never been seen. भाई तू रेलिगेटेड टीम हो कि एक मैन सिटी हो जो कि ट्रेबल
mm,
जीती है, ठीक है, ट्रेबल
mm,
जीती है, जिनके
mm,
पास दुनिया के बेस्ट प्लेयर्स है बेंच में भी, दे कैन कॉल
mm,
अपॉन एनीवन, दे हैव द बेस्ट
mm,
एकेडमी इन द वर्ल्ड, ठीक है,
mm, mm,
उनका भी अगर 11 से 10 हुए ना
mm,
against 30 team, against
mm,
Brentford 30 team, they will be
mm,
pragmatic, and I can show you
mm.
matches. We all agree on that, right?
There even
Why
Liverpool's
are
a
we
I
why
know. Yeah.
so the point of matter here is why are we discussing Ange and tactics and formation so much is that
Mm,
it is obvious, it is senseless, baseless, chutiapa, call it whatever,
mm,
but क्यों हुआ ऐसे, क्यों ऐसा कुछ नया हुआ, मुझे ऐसा लगता है. Now my opinion here is, you can give all your opinion, my opinion based on what Manish said, because I have to also listen to him, right? It is important to
mm,
listen to him. He has a
mm,
different thing which
mm,
I like, that maybe Ange is trying to teach a lesson to these players, because no manager in their right mind will ask their players to put that kind of shift in if they are starting to play three games in a week, because it is not physically possible. समझ रहे हो? It is not physically possible that players put in that kind of shift if they have 3 games a week. नहीं हो पाएगा,
mm,
ठीक है, नहीं हो
mm,
पाएगा. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है, since they do not play 3 games a week, since they have the legs to do it now, maybe Ange is trying to instill that belief in his first season. He's trying to set a marker. मैं बस ये बोल रहा हूँ, थोड़ा एक दूसरा ओपिनियन हम अकोमोडेट करके सोच सकते हैं क्या? That is my question. Don't talk about all the nonsense that we have seen.
Okay.
We know it is
Okay.
nonsense.
No,
Okay.
Now, my question to Amit, Manish, Abhay Maheshwari is that ऐसा हो सकता है क्या?
no, what will happen is like if let's say next time Spurs face a similar situation
Yeah.
where they're down to 10 men or maybe 9 men. Okay, let's consider 10 men.
Hmm.
What will happen is they'll not be like playing this high line and like meaningless nahi hoga. They will have some kind of pragmatic approach, but the mentality will be a lot more positive,
Lot
a
more
lot
positive.
more strong and like okay,
Yes.
do or die kind of situation. So I think this is the positives that you can get out of this
Yes, exactly.
defeat or this match. But what he did, it flopped.
It
He
flopped. Like I said,
could have
देखो,
clicked as well. We
you-
don't know.
Okay, I would like to say I think I do agree with Joga. You know, I think I genuinely believe that if Spurs see themselves as title challengers, this was not the right way to do it. I'm not saying don't fight it out. Try to fight it out. Try to go for a win, but there might be a better way wherein you're not so open in the back and you're giving chances to the other team. When you praise teams like this, you're kind of little boying them that hey little bro, come up to us. You're doing that to smaller teams. If you want to dine and wine at the big table, you cannot be just throwing away points. Even a point counts,
They
and
threw
when you
away.
know that
They threw it away.
city's going for the throat, right?
yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
And I do understand that they've painted a good picture and they're media darlings right now. But the truth of the matter is the points on the board matter, right? I do understand he wants to instill an approach or whatnot, but there could have been a better way wherein he could have saved the points. He could have tried for the win. And maybe he would have lost, as Amit was saying, with all the stats or whatnot.
With the pragmatic approach.
But
yeah.
but there could have been a middle ground, wherein
Yeah.
you attack at the right time instead of just being so open when you're down to 9 men. Or I don't know, did they believe in the firepower so much? And when I look back at it, I'm just thinking, bro, you just lost Madison. In my head, I'm going that after you lose a certain kind of players, if you want to do the same approach, right? Then I'm like we are talking. At some point of time, the winners in that Spurs team must be thinking, was this right? Don't you think they must be questioning?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Brilliant.
I do understand it's a change of mindset and whatnot.
Brilliant point.
But
Yep.
but if I'm a winner, I'm just thinking, why would you do that, right? Why
Brilliant.
would you do that? And I'm pretty sure some of the winner, anyone out there with balls, right, would have been asking a question at least 1-to-1 with the manager that why
Not now, too early.
yeah, too early, but
Too early.
but he must be thinking, yeah, 8 point to milta.
Milta.
1 point on the board is a +1 point from yesterday, right?
Because
And
pre-match यही discussion होगा. This Chelsea team is there for the taking. And if they're there for the taking, why gift a guy like Jackson who has been struggling for goals, 3 goals for
bro,
fun?
I kid you not. Firstly, also another point I would like to add is, Joga, please watch Spurs matches, full matches always. It seems it
Yeah.
works, right? Because
Yeah.
for the first time, I had started taking them really seriously, and then that happened, and I'm like, okay,
They're the
because
real deal.
when I look at the winners, right? When I look at the winners of the Premier League of the past, now please understand, I'm respecting Spurs here when I say that I see them as challengers. So when I see them, I had seen City kill teams with just possession. It gets boring, whatnot.
Amit,
Right?
udas mato, we are getting to a good part.
Right.
I am holding some thoughts.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
What
we
I'm
need
just
to
saying
let him
is,
speak, man. Yeah.
Go
Go ahead.
What I'm just saying is,
Finish that
as a winner's mindset, it is like जितना मिल सकता है उतना लो,
Utna
है ना?
lo.
Well, if you're down to 9 men, of course 3 points would have been for fairy tale or whatnot, right? But when you saw the number of chances being conceded, दिख रहा है तुमको. It's not like
XG through the roof. XG तो
in a jiffy नहीं हुआ है. It was all at the end moment. जब तुम्हें दिख रहा है इतना हो रहा है, you need to kind of change something, right?
Something in game.
In game karo. You have thought, okay, this is what is going to happen. This is what I think will happen, but it's not happening. The solution is running wrong right now.
Another
You've
brilliant
got to
point.
change that.
Yeah, got to change that.
Of course, like people are going to applaud it because as a football fan, you're thinking, "Bhaichud, ye kya ho gaya?" है ना?
कुछ नया देखने मिल रहा है, कुछ अच्छा
But
है.
Shock factor.
But if you just look at it objectively, if I was a Spurs fan, I would be a little miffed कि बेंचुद मैनेजर हो तुम यार, है ना? मेरा पॉइंट भी इंपॉर्टेंट है मेरे को. And it's against Chelsea, है ना? मैं क्रिस्टल पैलेस छोड़ दे, क्रिस्टल पैलेस भी लंदन है. बर्नमंड होता तो मेरे को समझ में आता.
Having said that, I want to just close this before I give it to Amit. That देख, जैसे हमने initially point पे start किया, what are the positives out of this is that देख यार, आगे जाके जब ये एक कल्चर बन जाएगा, लेट्स से एंज इज इनटू हिज थर्ड सीजन, ठीक है, जस्ट कॉपी पेस्ट सेम गेम इनटू हिज थर्ड, आई एम प्रीटी श्योर दे विल हैव बेटर प्लेयर्स, बेटर 9 men to handle that situation. Maybe they don't concede, but it will still be high risky. But तब अगर तुम हारे ऐसा गेम with better players, ठीक है, then ये जो फैंस तुम्हें प्रेस कर रहे हैं ना आज, ये तुम्हारे बैंड बजाएंगे.
Knives will be out, bhai.
Knives will be out.
I would actually, you know, how I have been the person, like the only person here who was saying that Spurs is not the title challengers, and you guys came for me, and maybe deservedly because I saw a Spurs game and they play good. Okay.
Like Amit said, Jogekar, they will not be down to 9 or 10 men every game. They are
I'm not
still
talking
title
about
challengers.
that. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. And like even it's fine if they played like that in with 9 minutes, 9 men also. And you might think that they're title challengers, and that's fine. But the way we are talking about them currently is not how you talk about a title challenger. Is what I'm saying. It's simple as
I
that.
agree. I agree with. I have to agree with you.
Also,
मना कर ही नहीं सकता.
we were 9 men. Okay.
Yeah.
And when Liverpool were defending also, I had this in my mind that at one chance we'll kill them. We can still win it.
Yes.
With Spurs at 70 minutes, I thought they have given up. That's not how you win the titles. That's what I'm saying. Simple.
Okay, Amit, go ahead. You have pent up energy.
I don't believe what Abhay is saying. Maybe we have not. I have seen it in the different lens, the match, because you play on a high line because so that if you have a ball, it will be easier for you to move it forward and get it to the goal, right? If you are back, if you are having drop back, you have to rely completely on Son's legs to go forward, from one end to other and score a goal. If you play high line, it's more likely that you can forward the ball good. And I have also shared one tactic that can be. Now, what we are not accumulating is, okay, we have seen a lot of history. There is a way. There was a way when people used to play 4-3-3 wala system and used to work. Then Conte ka 5 at the back wala system aaya and things evolve, right? So what if, ठीक है, 9 at the back में there is a whole tradition going on, जबकि 9 players बचे हैं, तो you drop back, you park the bus and you play. I am just saying कि this was a tactic that was tried that did throw off Chelsea for a long bit of time कि यार कैसे इसको पार किया जाए, offside trap बन रहा है. They were not timing the runs well and they were clearing up. भाई Højbjerg, Dyer, everybody was throwing their lives and defending and they were doing it very well, right? They were not. Chelsea was not camping at our half at any point of time, even when we are at 9 men. They cannot do because they are playing half line.
You are playing high. How can they?
Now that's what I'm saying. Na, ki you play with that system, yet if maybe some other day, some other team, this system might get changed. Why he said that we will play. This is how it is he means we'll attack, we'll still go for the kill. It not be the same tactic at every game. अगर मान लो कल को तुम किसी और टीम के आगे 9 men होते, maybe we will not deploy same tactic, but we'll still go for the win.
Correct.
Right. तो यहाँ पे क्यों? Because they are not, ठीक है, तुम्हारे fast runners हैं, but what Chelsea has proven is कि they are not mentally very strong to take right decisions. Right. Yeah. That's what offside trap provides you. कि अगर decision making सामने टीम की अच्छी नहीं है तो फंसते रहेंगे तुम्हारे offside trap में. वो फंसते रहे. एक चांस उनका जो कुकुरेला निकला था एंड द सेकंड वन दे कन्वर्टेड, बट इन जनरल वो फंसते रहे उस ऑफसाइड ट्रैप में अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स, और बाकी टाइम हमारे डिफेंडर पहुंच जा रहे थे टाइम पे. व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज टिल 90+4 टाइम जब सॉन ने वो शॉट लिया, अगर वो अंदर चला जाता एंड वी वुड हैव क्लोज्ड इट टू 2-2, इट वुड हैव बीन अ good tactic that was deployed against Chelsea specifically, not against Liverpool or against Manchester City, against Chelsea, that we finished at 2-2 because we put it on कि हाँ हमारे, and you have seen डायर का भी एक ऑफसाइड गोल देखा हमने वहां पे, राइट? सेकंड हाफ में डायर का ऑफ जैसे ही उन्होंने मारा, वी हिट इट बैक टू देम. दैट इज व्हाट ग्रेट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, कि ये टीम वो करना चाहती है, राइट? तो देयर कैन बी अ न्यू टैक्टिक. ठीक है, इट फेल्ड, वी लॉस्ट 4-1, बट दैट डज नॉट मीन कि ये, दैट मीन्स कि नेक्स्ट टाइम ये टैक्टिक को थोड़ा सा और इवॉल्व होने की जरूरत है.
So on
बट
the
यू
bright
हैव टू
side, you
ट्राई.
had
अगर तुम 9 मैन के साथ खेल रहे हो एनीवे, उस पॉइंट पे ऑड्स आर वेरी मच अगेंस्ट यू. तुम पार्क करोगे बस तो भी कोई गारंटी नहीं. यू हैव सीन द सेकंड गोल, नहीं फर्स्ट जो रेड कार्ड वाला गोल था, राइट? पिंग पॉन्ग होके गोल गया, राइट? कैसाडो ने गोल कर दिया. दैट शिट हैपेंस व्हेन यू पार्क द बस. 9 मैन पिंग पॉन्ग करोगे, उनके ज्यादा प्लेयर है, कहीं ना कहीं से पढ़ के अंदर तुम्हारे प्लेयर से बढ़ के चला जाएगा ना.
Right.
तो पार्क बस करने के भी डिसएडवांटेज
uh,
हैं. 9 मैन में एनीवे यू आर एट डिसएडवांटेज. देयर वाज अ न्यू टैक्टिक दैट वाज डिप्लॉयड, ट्राइड आउट. अगर वो काम कर जाती, यू वुड कम आउट एज अ जीनियस कि भाई ये क्या मचा दिया आज
on
तुमने.
that note, the brilliant thing in favor of Amit and Spurs is that ऐसे occasions once in a season आते हैं, 2 रेड कार्ड वाले
हाँ.
सीजन. बट हैविंग सेड दैट, मैं तो इतना श्योर हूं कि most of the teams that are struggling, not City, in fact to a point Liverpool, with the current form, agar if Spurs are down to 10 men, right, they will attack and they might get joy because of the kind of attacking patterns that we have seen. I guess Abhay has seen the game and we were talking about it, that every touch that they take, every touch that their attackers take is so meaningful, so pure, that they just always find each other. Their in the box movements are so good. That's why even though they were down to 9 men with the tactic that they employed, they created worry for Chelsea. We all have to agree on that, because they were good and they got a couple of set pieces as well. I guess the dire chance came out of set piece, and the set piece. So what I'm essentially saying is Ange has drilled this team into a level in his first season, and we are not even halfway through the season. He's done that to such an extent that every set piece, every corner is meaningful. Every attacker, every touch that they take is meaningful. And the patterns are good. The patterns are clear for everyone to see. Their midfield looks solid. But now with Maddison and this Van de Ven injury, I'm not sure the length of the layoff that they have before they come back. This is basically my final question. We've discussed properly with this particular topic about tactic, not valuing a point that you could have got or could not have got. But I want to ask, how are you looking on injury front? How are your expectations from now on? Because I'm pretty sure they will be out for a month, man.
Center back, I have said from the day one that we don't have depth, and that stupid Levy or whoever sold Davinson
Levi
Sanchez at
stupid हो गया.
वो तो हमेशा से था भाई, कभी भी स्मार्ट नहीं था. तो हाँ, तो डेविंसन सांचेज को आफ्टर योर विंडो क्लोज, सेलिंग हिम वाज अ ब्लंडर दैट वाज बीइंग डन. एंड नाउ वी आर, भाई हॉयबर्ग को सेंटर बैक खिलाना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, टू बी ऑनेस्ट, क्योंकि डेविस भी इंजर्ड है. नाउ देयर आर डायर एंड हॉयबर्ग जो यहाँ पे खेले थे बिकॉज रोमेरो गया 3 मैच के लिए नाउ. एंड दिस गाय वेंडेवन इज ऑलमोस्ट अ मंथ आउट, एटलीस्ट अ मंथ आउट.
Yeah.
तो
Yeah.
दोनों सेंटर बैक गए. डेस्टिनी उडोगी 1 मैच के लिए, ही इज नाउ गॉन. नेक्स्ट
Is
मैच में
that
तो
confirmed official कि 1 मैच और 3 मैच क्या है?
1 मैच ना, 2 येलो कार्ड
One
वाला
match
है
दो
उसके
येलो
पास.
कार्ड.
अच्छा, 2
दो
येलो
yellow card.
कार्ड.
उडोगी इज 2 येलो एंड
तो
रोमेरो इज
के
स्ट्रेट रेड.
3.
3
Three
मैच.
days.
Okay.
तो वही तो पूरे दोनों सेंटर बैक गए, तो डायर एंड हॉयबर्ग. एंड it would be very tricky the next 3 match because who we are facing is Wolves, Aston Villa and Manchester City.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
So these 3 games will actually
I was
teach
actually
us a
waiting.
lot.
I was
Me
actually
too,
waiting for
actually.
that City
Yeah.
game. Now Amit will have a reason कि यार हमारे center
नहीं,
back
reason
तो
नहीं. I
मार
will
गए.
not give. नहीं, I will not
Yeah,
give a
because
reason.
you
I would
believe in
want
the
to.
Ange philosophy.
I want to see that when these kind of adverse, भाई इंजरीज हर किसी भी
Adversity.
सीजन में हो सकती
हाँ,
है.
yeah.
नाउ तुम क्या करते हो इस सिचुएशन में, हाउ यू फाइंड सॉल्यूशंस इज व्हाट अ गुड मैनेजर डिफाइंस अ गुड मैनेजर. ठीक है, वी कैन ऑलवेज क्राई एट द एंड कि भाई हमारी इंजरी बहुत ज्यादा है तो हम लोग हार रहे हैं, बट
Like many
एट
do
द
here.
एंड
Yeah.
एट द एंड with whatever you have,
देखा,
what we
जो
can
हंस रहा
make
है
out of.
उसको पता है कि किसके लिए है.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि मतलब मेरी बिल्ली मुझी से मियाओ हैं?
हाँ, तो बेसिकली मे बी नेक्स्ट मैच के बाद हो सकता है कि विल पुट रॉयल इन द सेंटर बैक पोजीशन एंड उडोगी इज बैक, बट
क्या क्या करेगा भाई
एटलीस्ट
तू?
तो देर आर
भिखारियों से
वही
सेंटर बैक।
वो करना पड़ेगा, हो सकता है भाई सेंटर बैक ही खेलना पड़े भिखारियों को।
True, true.
तो
Great man. I mean, so
हाँ,
basically,
तो
I guess
it will
Ange.
show. Madison, just to add, Madison probably would come in the next match.
Okay,
So
it was
he just
like
has an
a
ankle twist.
precaution. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Precaution.
basically, I guess in this particular game week and after the international break, I guess
We need
Spurs and
international break
Ange,
desperately.
Spurs and Ange will have answered more questions in the process. So I guess
Yeah.
that's what Ange wants. He wants to see the character of the team. I believe that particular game where yeah, that Bissouma red card he got against in which game?
Luton. Luton
Luton.
Town.
So he was
And we
asked
still
that,
won it away.
yeah, yeah. So that was Luton. He will say that was Luton, but
Yeah, they
yeah,
drew with Luton,
We
no?
drew against Luton.
They
Yeah.
drew against Luton right now with 11 men.
Yeah.
भाई failed the counter punch, खतरनाक वाला. That's what I was asking. That Bissouma red card after that Ange press conference, he literally played down the red card and he just said that I wanted to see what my team was going to do in that adversity. So that's my final comment, that Ange is also experimenting. Ange is also wanting to see more characters in the team, how my team is going to react in game situations, also by understanding his existing philosophies. So, guys, thanks a lot for listening to us. I hope you like it because this was a very unique game for different reasons. I also have to tell you, don't go by the score line, because score line will definitely not tell you the entire story. It's a one of a kind match, and you will also get to learn more about Ange and Spurs. Thanks everyone. Hope you keep watching us. Bye.
Bye.
Salute.